Barry Lamar Bonds was born on July 24th, 1964, into a family with a notable baseball background. His father, Bobby Bonds, was a well-regarded Major League Baseball player, the first player in Major League history to reach the 30-30 club on 3 consecutive seasons, and ultimately on 5 occasions total. And his godfather, the legendary Willie Mays, the Say Hey Kid, began his professional career at 16, playing with the Birmingham Black Barons in the segregated Negro Southern League, and is a member of the Hall of Fame. Both played for the Giants, where Barry would close out his career. Bonds' path seemed destined for the diamond. Today, we will explore the 3 stages of Barry Bonds' career: Arizona State, Pittsburgh, and San Francisco. In 1983, Barry Bonds enrolled at Arizona State University, one of the most premier college baseball programs in the United States. Already known for his athletic potential, Bonds was poised to make his impact in college baseball. His choice of ASU showed his serious intentions to develop his skills and prepare for a professional career. In his freshman year, Bonds quickly adapted to the collegiate level of play, demonstrating his impressive skill and potential. His performance laid the groundwork for what would become a highly successful college career. Although most freshmen struggle with the transition from high school to college, Bonds' numbers showed that he quickly adapted to the college pitching and competition. Bonds' batting average was noteworthy as he hit .306 with 11 home runs and 48 RBIs in his freshman season. These stats are significant for a first-year player and exemplify his natural hitting ability and power. Additionally, Bonds displayed excellent plate discipline, drawing walks and minimizing strikeouts, a skill that would be a hallmark of his professional career. Bonds' sophomore season was even better than the last. The increase in his performance highlighted his growth and adaptation to higher levels of competition. Bonds raised his batting average to an impressive .360. He hit 23 home runs and drove in 66 RBIs. Beyond his offensive numbers, Bonds made significant defensive contributions as well. Playing primarily as an outfielder, his speed was on full display, further showcasing his all-around talent. Scouts and analysts began to take serious notice of his potential. The team was 55-20 and was ranked number 1 in the nation for most of the season, but his attitude was terrible. He missed a bus trip, arrived late to several practices, often took BP with half-hearted intensity, and turned in half-assed efforts in the outfield that infuriated his pitching staff. Quote, "Would never attempt to throw a guy out at home if it was going to be a close play," said Randy Rector, a pitcher. "There'd be 15 scouts in the stands, and he didn't want them to see that he had no arm." In the pros, Barry would deflect local media by noting, "Hey, my pass is clean." What he should have said, though, was, "Okay, maybe I'm not always that nice, but there's no real dirt to dig up." In 1984, Barry committed a pair of acts that would have cost a lesser player his scholarship. First, he spent several $100s using a stolen calling card that belonged to the university. Second, there was the incident that, in one humiliating blow, officially killed the reputations of Bonds and coach Jim Brock. It was March of 1984. The Sun Devils flew to Honolulu for a 4-game series against the University of Hawaii. The trip was troubled from the start. On the 7-hour flight, an ugly exchange took place when Rector, who earlier in the season had made ill-advised comments about placing bombs in the lockers of his black teammates, referred to black outfielder Mike Devereaux as a ninja, but he didn't use the word ninja. The mild-mannered Devereaux barked back at Rector, and shoves were exchanged. "That was a total misunderstanding," Rector said. "Mike and I were friends. I was just joking around. I liked almost all the colored guys on the team." That comment should have got him more than extra running. It should have got him kicked off the team. Racist fuck. Brock punished Rector by sentencing him to 6 miles of running. That night, Brock set an 11 p.m. curfew to be enforced by the team's tri-captains: center fielder Odobe McDowell, shortstop Rami Kekjian, and pitcher Kendall Carter. 4 players, including Barry, did not return to their rooms in time. At the stadium the following afternoon, McDowell gathered the 4 curfew violators together. "We're trying to win a championship here. You guys are just killing us," he said. "So, when we get back to Tempe, y'all are going to have some serious punishment running to do." 3 of the 4 nodded in agreement. Barry, he didn't. He looked at McDowell in the eye and said, "Who do you think you are? You're not the coach here. Jim Brock is. You can't make me fucking run." The taunt was a bad idea, though. Upon returning to Tempe, Brock suspended Barry and held a team meeting, which Barry was not invited to. Coach Brock started the meeting with, "It's been brought to my attention that a lot of you think that Barry is causing more harm than good, and I don't believe I can excuse his actions any longer. So here's the deal. I'm going to give you boys the authority to vote on Barry's future. Do you want him to continue on the team, or do you want to kick him off? Keep in mind, our ultimate goal is to win the national championship, and he's obviously a big part of that. But it's your decision." Brock walked off, and the troops retreated to the players' lounge to talk. He was certain that, with enough thought, Barry would be asked to apologize and stay. Nobody wanted to lose one of the team's brightest stars, not over a late curfew, right? Wrong. The vote was not about a curfew. It was about Barry's bad habits and arrogant demeanor. He was missing practices, showing up late, and leaving early, says Louis Medina, the Sun Devils' first baseman. He would say, "Oh, I have a stomach virus," and it would be allowed. I can't speak for everybody else, but I was tired of his act. Unquote. Then another quotation here. "It wasn't a white thing or a black thing or a star thing or a bench warmer thing," said pitcher David Graybill. "It was about the value of the team and loving to play and doing it together." When McDowell informed Brock of the team's decision, the coach got what he expected, a strong consensus. But shockingly, the majority had voted against Barry continuing as a Sun Devil. Only two players, outfielder Devereaux and Todd Brown, were in favor of Barry's return. The rest had decided that he was finished. "I'd never seen the expression on Jim Brock's face that I saw right there," said Jeff Pennant, the team's hitting coach. "Absolute shock. It was obvious a plan to have the vote come out in Barry's favor, and it backfired." Brock tried to smooth this over by telling the team that since the vote was not unanimous, that Barry would be allowed to return. The Sun Devils went on to have a fabulous year, but the injustice of the Hawaii affair stained the season. Before Hawaii, such behavior from a cruel, victory-obsessed coach was taken in stride, but no more. The Sun Devils would play hard, but they would not play for their coach. When Arizona State was eliminated by the eventual champion Cal State Fullerton at the College World Series, players consoled one another as if there had been a loss in the family. But few consoled Bonds, who set a World Series record with 8 consecutive hits, and no one consoled Brock. Barry's junior year at ASU in 1985 was a culmination of his college development, cementing his reputation as one of the best players in college baseball. That season, Bonds hit .368 with 23 home runs and 87 RBIs, and maintained a slugging percentage of over .700, highlighting his ability to hit for both power and average. Because of this, it made him one of the most formidable hitters in college baseball, drawing significant attention from scouts. Barry's junior year performance earned him numerous accolades, including being named to the All-American team. Bonds' ability to perform consistently under pressure and in high-stakes situations was a precursor to his future success in professional baseball. He was a 2-time All-American and won the Golden Spikes Award in 1984, recognized him as the best amateur player in the country. Barry Bonds' time in the minor leagues occurred during a significant period in baseball history. The 80s were a time of transition of the sport, marked by changes in players' salary, free agency, and the rise of new stars. Barry entered the minor leagues with high expectations. His family legacy placed additional pressure on him to succeed and live up to the Bonds name. After being drafted in the first round with pick number 6, Bonds spent 2 partial seasons in the minor leagues from 1985 to 1986, playing a total of 115 games. In 1985, he played for a single-A team, Prince William Cannons of the Carolina League, playing in 71 games, recording 76 hits. with a .299 batting average, 16 doubles, 13 home runs, and 37 RBIs. In 1986, he was promoted to AAA, playing in the Pacific Coast League for Hawaii for 44 games. He had 46 hits, had a .311 batting average, 7 doubles, 7 home runs, and 37 RBIs. In his brief 115-game minor league career, he had 117 hits, 23 doubles, 20 home runs, 74 RBIs, batted .304 with an on-base percentage of .403, before making his major league debut with the Pirates in 1986. His time with the Pittsburgh Pirates was the foundation of his storied career. Bonds spent his first 7 seasons with the Pirates from 1986 to 1992. During Bonds' time in Pittsburgh, he established himself as one of the premier players in the league, winning 2 National League MVPs in 1990 and 1992. Bonds also was a 7-time All-Star during his time with the Pirates and won 3 Gold Gloves for his stellar defensive play in the outfield. One of the most memorable aspects of Bonds' time in Pittsburgh was his outstanding offensive production. He was a feared hitter who consistently put up gaudy numbers at the plate. In 1990, Bonds became the first player in Major League history to hit 30 home runs and steal 50 bases in a single season. He was known for his keen eye at the plate, exceptional power, and unmatched ability to get on base. In addition to his individual accolades, Barry was also a key contributor to the success of the Pirate team. During his time in Pittsburgh, the Pirates made 3 consecutive playoff appearances from 1990 to 1992. Bonds played a pivotal role in leading the team to the postseason, and his presence in the lineup made the Pirates a formidable force in the National League. Despite his on-field success, Bonds' time with Pittsburgh was not without controversy. He was known for his contentious relationship with the local media, who often criticized him for his perceived aloofness and brash demeanor. Bonds' contract negotiations with the Pirates also became a point of contention as he sought a lucrative long-term deal that ultimately led to his departure from the team. Looking ahead to the future, the legacy of Barry Bonds' years in Pittsburgh will continue to be a source of debate and discussion among baseball fans and historians. His time with the Pirates marked a pivotal period in his career and helped to establish him as a baseball legend. Bonds' impact on the game of baseball, both on and off the field, will be remembered for generations to come. In wrapping his time with the Pirates, his years in Pittsburgh were a defining chapter in his illustrious career. His individual achievements, impact on the Pirates organization, and contributions to the game of baseball as a whole make his time in Pittsburgh a significant period of baseball history. Bonds' success with the Pirates helped to solidify his place as one of the greatest baseball players of all time. He finished his time in Pittsburgh with a .275 batting average, .380 on-base percentage, 984 hits, 176 home runs, 556 RBIs, 672 runs. December 6, 1992, Barry Bonds signed, at the time, the largest contract in history for 6 years, $43.75 million with the San Francisco Giants. The small market Pirates did not want to pay such a large salary. Bonds is a name that resonates with the hearts of San Francisco Giant fans. His time with the Giants was nothing short of legendary, leaving a lasting impact on the team and the fans. From his debut with the Giants in 1993 to his departure in 2007, Bonds solidified himself as one of the greatest players of all time. Known for his incredible power hitting and unmatched presence on the field, Bonds was a force to be reckoned with. He holds numerous records, including most home runs in a single season and most home runs over an MLB career. But Bonds' time in San Francisco was not without controversy. The accusation of PED use clouded his legacy and tarnished his image in the eyes of many. Despite this, Bonds remained a beloved figure in San Francisco, with fans standing by him through thick and thin. While the San Francisco Giants amassed a record of 1,064 and 911 for a .536 win percentage, made the playoffs 4 years, but only advanced in 2002 playoffs, making it to the World Series, catching an L to the Angels in 7 games. During his only World Series appearance, Barry hit .471 with an on-base percentage of .700, 4 home runs, 6 RBIs, 14 walks, 8 runs, 8 hits, and 22 total bases. Bonds showed out on the biggest stages. His 2002 playoff run was one for the ages. In 2002, he played in 17 games. He had 16 hits, 18 runs, 8 home runs, 16 RBIs, 1 caught stealing. Why Barry Bonds was stealing in 2002, beyond me, but neither here nor there. 27 bases on balls, 13 of those being intentional bases on balls, 44 total bases, 11 extra base hits on 74 plate appearances, which comes out to a 365 average, a 581 OPS, and a 978 slugging. Postseason stats, while with the Giants, in 28 games, he hit .289 with a .496 OBP on 24 hits. He scored 23 runs, had 21 RBIs, and his professional postseason numbers were 48 games total, .245 batting average, .443 OPS, 37 hits, 9 home runs, 21 RBIs, 33 runs, and 52 walks. Overall, Barry Bonds' time with the MLB was marked by both triumph and turmoil. While his legacy may be marred with accusations of PEDs, his impact on the game cannot be denied. Barry Bonds will be remembered as a larger-than-life figure who left his mark on the sport and on the cities of Pittsburgh and San Francisco. It's bullshit that this man is not in the Hall of Fame. You can't tell the story of baseball and leave the name Barry Bonds out of the conversation. Dude is a Hall of Famer, period. And as for the PEDs, it can't be denied that what he morphed into was definitely not natural. But in saying that, he never failed a drug test. So, by the rules of the MLB and the collective bargaining agreement, he shouldn't be persecuted and have those PEDs held against him. Major League Baseball should have done a better job policing their game. If the owners truly didn't want PEDs in the game, they should have been more diligent on testing and not have ineffective testing. Instead, they chose to stick their heads in the sand. Management and owners knew what was going on, and they did nothing to stop it. Love him or hate him, Barry Bonds is one of the best to ever do it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend.